Why do you think?
Um, may I think the country. Well, what we could see of the country, we could see it all from where these guys are,
Oh,
and it was really beautiful, real patchworky.
yeah. Well, oh, I would love to go. I would love to go. I was trying to keep a tight rein on my pocketbook this year, and so next year though. Next year. I'll
Yeah.
go wild next. I'll be 70 next summer. I'll go wild. This will be my wild trip.
Yeah, well deserved.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, you need a wild trip.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
None of the
understand.
others have been wild so far.
Woohoo!
Cut loose.
Well, I tell you, we're not that kind. We do drink a lot of wine and things like that,
Cheers.
but basically these guys want to, do work. We have people
Yes.
staying
Yes.
up all night in the studio painting, and you can't
He's,
get them out
he's
of there.
not exaggerating. I would if I could. They kick
Yeah.
us out after a while, but
Make the
Good
jet
food,
lag
too.
work for you though.
it kind of, I think that's why,
Yeah.
because you just can't sleep anyway.
Yeah. May as well paint.
Yep.
Yeah,
Mhm.
they're all excited. It's a lot of fun, very much fun.
Be more fun with Linda.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Thank you. I got to get my ruler. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I gotta glue this down here a second, and then we'll be set to go. Yeah, nice piece there, Lisa.
Thank you.
Nice. I'm impressed that you finished it so fast.
You could just paint those flowers all day and just keep going. There's so many of them.
Oh, the indications and stuff. I still got to go back in. I can see areas in this thing where it could be
See, yours looks like lavender. I like.
impressive. You were going for lavender in yours though, weren't you? I
Yeah.
wasn't. I was just going for a wild look. I wasn't trying to get quite the amount of color in there I should have.
It was fun paint. It was a fun thing to paint because there was no face.
No face.
No
Good
face.
job on that. This isn't your photo, is it? We're painting next, too?
No, but I think I'm going to paint my version of it just because that's my memory,
Okay. Yeah, okay. I didn't think so. I took the same shot without the cat.
Cats.
I like the
Cat's
one
nice.
with this cat in it. So
Yeah.
that's why I was going to paint it.
Yeah, I like the cat too.
Okay. We still got a few minutes to go here. I was running late. Oh, I still got to do my phone. So hold on. I got to get my last of my stuff here. So you're up for 2 weeks next year, huh?
I doubt it. Depending on when Scott decides to get married, I may not even be in for one. I don't know.
Understand. Yeah. Don't worry. You can be replaced.
Ouch.
Oh, don't cross me.
In progress.
Everything's working this week.
It's 8 o'clock.
Oh, okay. I guess it is time to go. All right. We're missing quite a few people. I scared a lot of people off with last week's class here. Again. I didn't think this was going to be that very hard, but it really isn't. It's just time consuming with the wildflowers, trying to get those guys in. Took got a fresh eye on it. Yeah, there's a few buds you could make a little bit brighter. I'm still going to work on her a little bit now. But everything else is pretty much there. So we are on our way on this one. The next one we'll be doing again is Italy. We're going to be doing painting Italy. This was one of our day trips we had in Italy. Well, it wasn't a day trip, but it was ones where they took us for up a plein air painting. And we all went to the end of this street here, and we all painted around a church, kind of a old. I'm not even sure if it was really working, but church. But we all gathered around that and we were working there. But some people were painting back here, so I had to walk through the whole village to get to everybody while I was teaching. So, but this is one of the views. One of some I think Shar was painting, and it was really quite a. It's one of those places you walked right by on the way in. You go, that'd be a good spot, but we're worried about the sun coming overhead and how much time you were going to have to paint. So we kind of just sat at the church in the shade and painted from there. But this walking back there and getting these shots, there were some really nice other shots. We might end up painting sometime. I'm not sure, but I thought this one would be kind of fun to paint. I like a lot of the colors in it, the reds and greens and things. So I'll bring it up and then we'll talk about it a little bit. Okay. Here we go with it in black and white. The cat is in a perfect position. That little teeny, way its direction is and everything. I literally just like this line it's giving us going to the building, and that's forcing us back over here to this stuff. And then you got roofs, and then you got other roofs. Just going to take you around this whole painting pretty quickly. So it could be quite fun. Sorry, I got a little frog in the throat. It's just interesting to see these old buildings that are not built to a certain code, but were built to a pretty good standard to be able to last this long. Seeing these steps that, basically start right into this from the street and then kind of go up. I think that's really, really, really quite an interesting little spot right in here. Yeah, the green here, this flowers and things. Well, you can't see the color, so it's not green. Value of the painting, you can see a lot of midtones, a lot of main basic midtones. Even these guys over here really are nothing more than like 5s and 6s, maybe going to a 4 going in the background. Then you got on this side over here, just slightly lighter, but it's still probably around a 4. These lighter areas, but then you got sorry about that, a little bit of some of these greens and stuff, things are really kind of coming across pretty dark. They're going to be about 7s and 8s, probably 8s. And then you got, of course, the darker, area here, which definitely is 8 to 9s. Roofs are probably 8 too. And the cat is one of the darkest things. Definitely a 9 value wise. And it's against some of the lightest areas too. So definitely it's going to jump out at you and grab your attention there. That is going to get you. So painting the silhouette of that cat, right, and the shadow will be a little bit intimidating and stuff. But I'm going to paint the cat in afterwards, after I have this shape of the light in. Because you can see that light just kind of carries around here. It's going to be the same going all the way up. So when you get this color, this basic value, you got it made. Finish this painting. Okay. Let's go back to color version. Yes, this is much more interesting. Like I was talking about the light in this area here. In this area here of it's basically an arrow telling you to go in here. It's pointing this way, and then you got an arrow back here pointing you back, so they go take the steps, take the roof. The roof's going to bring you down. Oh, the green's going to bring you back down, back to the cat. It's just going to take you back and around. That's what's going to happen on there. That's what you want to happen. You want to keep things circling in your paintings. Keep people moving. Basic design, yeah, definitely. We're going to be going at the 1/3, 2/3 thing. It's most of the stuff's up here is going to be in the 2/3 range. Down here it's pretty quiet, except for you got the cat. But there's nothing else, information down there. So it's kind of nice and quiet, nice quiet area. The shadows are going to be fun to paint because basically we're just going to mix up a basic tone for all this area, really. And then we're going to split that color and we're going to warm it up. We're going to cool it off. We're going to add make it a little funky here and there, make it a little darker. And so we can get from back in here where it gets a little bit of reflection of blue sky coming down hitting in the back edge to this warmer area down in here, which is reflecting the buildings. So we're going to have a interesting time mixing colors. This guy over here has a lot of brickwork, right? Little dots, little things, some interesting little things. Try not to get too carried away with that. Squint it down. Squint your eyes, look at that, and see how can you paint that quickly without, going too much, without going, detailing every rock. And then when you get that done, when you get that figured out, you'll be ready to tackle these guys. All the little flowers and things like that. Basically, you got a couple different reds, some pink, some greens. Did a lot of different greens, really. But a lot of those greens we're going to get naturally anyway. We're going to get some greens that are going to go into the darks, some reds that are going to go in the darks, and and then we got a little bit of highlights coming through on a few things, and we'll try to keep it simple. All right, blue sky. Figure out how that blue sky can get into a few things. You got a nice mountain back there. We got a little bit of some coolness into some of these rocks or into the bricks and some of the buildings. Definitely want to see if you can get some of that blue to move around in the painting. That'll always be a nice little thing to feature to do.
Jim, there are so many angles in here. I'm like freaking out. But would you say that the perspective point is like that rightmost red flag? Would you say that's about where the perspective point is, or above there maybe?
Okay, I'll show you. Well, this first one you can pretty much use. Let me get a thing. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's going to come off here. And then you're going to get pretty much, each building. So right here is going to be for this building and this building in here. Everything here is going to fall right pretty much in the middle of those flowers. 1 second. Let me get rid of that. There's going to be multiple vanishing points because, you know, everything was built off a curve. This guy, sorry, keeps grabbing things. This guy's vanishing point has to be, well, sorry, grab the wrong. It's going to be probably pretty close to that, but just because of the turn of the building, it's going to move a little bit. So that one's going to be right there, but they should line up right here. The horizontal, that's where the perspective points should end up. I mean, these guys should end up, you know, right about there.
Yep.
These guys will probably, these farther back ones, you know, they're going to be probably, you know, over here. But it's a straight line, probably middle of the painting. The horizon is. But if you can get those things, basically those 3 or 4 buildings, building, you know, and just have a couple separate spots for them, you'll be fine.
Okay. Oh, it's easy.
Oh, it's easy. Oh, oh yeah. Oh, it's easy. Jeez. All right. Yeah, the roof. This is kind of goofy here, this roof, because of the roof here. You know, we got this roof line here. You got that little area, but then it matches up with the roof line here.
Right.
And
There's so many lines.
and this damn roof line here, you know, the perspective
Yeah.
almost can connect, you know, run straight with that guy. So we're gonna have to bend it a little bit to make sure, you know, that there's a separation. We have at least, you know, a point here at the corner. So that's okay. You know, we'll just change the perspective a little bit and then you won't even notice it. But I just want to do it that way just to get the heck out of there. Because that's definitely a goofy looking, will be a goofy little place. But a lot of these things after we have, you know, this figured out and this one right here, this guy figured out, you know, everything else shouldn't be too big a deal. It would be nice to have it figured out where these guys are all going to go. You know, these guys should all probably end up going to the same spot too, as you can see, but it's way off camera. So anyway, perspective is going to be a monster. You're right. Now I just think forget it. Let's paint something else. Let's just paint the cat. No, it'll be fun. Also, think of this as impressionistic. We are going to try and move color. We don't have to be perfect on our drawing. We can have some fun. That's the thing about it's having fun. I mean, really moving some greens and putting some blues and stuff and pinks and purples where they don't think they really belong, but they can add a lot to things, like putting pinks in the sky and purples in the sky and blues in the greens and in the cat. Maybe find some places to put some dot of blue in there to be fun. Blue or purple. Purple is pretty easy. But anyway, we got a lot to draw out, so I'm going to stop there. Anybody got any other questions? Okay. So that's why no one came to class. Sorry. And everybody was scared of this one. Well, we're going to teach them a lesson. We're going to have some fun. We're going to make this like best painting ever. Okay? All right. Going to move this up a little bit. Get my picture back up. I'll go over colors. All right. We got some titanium white out, of course. Regular colors. Cad yellow light. Cad red light. Cad orange. Yellow ochre on the pale side. Terra Rosa or Oxide Red Light. I have Oxide Red Light. Blizzard Crimson. Right here. And then I have Cobalt Blue Hue. Mutrek. Phthalo Green on the blue side. Blue shade. And Oxide Red Light. Transparent Oxide Red Light. I do have some Cad Red Medium out, but that was for another painting. I have some Burnt Umber out. Again, that was for another painting. See, it's very dry already. That was just on Saturday. And then I accidentally put out some. This is orange ochre. This is pale ochre. Accidentally put out some orange ochre, thinking it was Oxide Red Light. Packages get really confusing sometimes. Can be using some big brushes. My synthetic definitely will block it in. Got some nice synthetics to be using for this one. Gonna be really good when we need to cut into things, put in windows, things like that. And then we got a lot of bristle brushes, big bristle brushes to little ones. I think that will help put in a lot of the building stuff and get a lot of the texture in, some of the greens in, and have a lot of fun on these shadow areas. All right. Speaking of shadow areas, that's probably where I will start mixing. Looking at definitely these dark areas here. I'm going to go with some phthalo green and alizarin coarse, right? Those two colors. I can definitely see some of that in some of the brickwork things. So definitely one on the alizarin side. So we can get a little bit of purple going, and some on the green side. I'm pretty sure this is probably as dark as I'll need to go, but I can see this just in the cracks and crevices of this area here. What I want to do next is a little bit warmer as it comes to the sun. Some of the things around the steps definitely are going to warm up in the green side. So phthalo green and oxide red light. I went a little bit strong with the oxide red, the red area. I'm going to green this one out a little bit more. So I have two versions again. All right. So that should take care of pretty much this whole area. Thinking thinking about this area here. I'm going to go, if you have transparent oxide and blue, definitely want one on the blue side, one on the transparent side. See how strong it is. Handle the blue. Which one's which. Yeah, they look about the same. put more blue in this one and more oxide in the other. I think this color mixed around and things could end up being quite a nice color for a lot of things. So there we go. Just a little bit of blue and still really dark. I think adding white to it should be nice. Should get a lot of these colors in here. I'm going to go with also blue and oxide red, light. That'll be a nice gray too. Be a nice purple gray. Just a little bit bigger piles and like a little bit of red out of this one. Yes?
Jim, can I use Venetian red?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Terra Rosa Venetian red. What would you have done if I said no?
I would keep mixing until I got the perfect color.
Okay. Good answer. All right. So now we got pretty much the painting except for the sky and some of the greens and some of the reds. So let's do the sky. Definitely cobalt blue and just a little phthalo, probably being really pretty nice. Probably a little bit more on the blue side than the phthalo. I say that, but you never know. Maybe I'll go a little more. Try one a little bit more on phthalo. This could be nice when you get lower into the plant, and definitely when I add some yellow to this stuff, I think I'm going to get a nice, some nice greens I might be able to use. I'm just going to use this whole color and just go for a mid-tone of about 7 for that sky. That is the green side, pretty much it. This is the blue side. Pretty close. Touch more white and you're there. These colors knocked down should get me all the sky I need. But I think in piece of these colors, I can get some of these greens we're gonna need quite a few greens to get here. I'm gonna basically take all these colors and add white to them to about a 7. See what these guys do. Should be interesting. Just enough white to make them a 7. Yeah, I keep getting this color. This color is the teal kind of color. But I can get it in there easy. I can probably get it into this green book, some of these green flowers and in the that's what gives this thing a lot of air, this color. It'd be fun. And yep, this turns to a nice, beautiful purple, grayed out purple. Definitely can get in the sides of buildings and things like that. That's more. Might have to lighten it up a few more in between steps because that's a pretty good color for anything in the shadow area. Even in look at even looking in the ground here, yeah, definitely. That just tells me a few things to look for. This is oxide red light or Venetian or Terrosa with white. This is a color I probably thought was gonna, be this color, which it is in there in a lot of areas of this painting. That's on the red side. Green side should be pretty good too. Seems like I'm always mixing this color up for everything. I mean, painting a dog for a workshop and mixing this color up. Goes a little mintier than this, but color wise, definitely it's a work. This is the blue and oxide, transparent. Definitely on the brown side. That's where I thought it would go, or it's going to go over here. Definitely up there. I think it's going to gray out nicely for some of these other areas here. That's supposed to be on the blue side, though. So let's see what happens here when we go to the brown side. Yeah. Blue didn't, I thought, when I was mixing it, I thought for sure this color was getting pushed around pretty good by the blue, and it did a pretty good job. It really held on its own. I'm going to leave that there. I can get it into a lot of this stuff. You can see if I lighten it up, this color up a little bit more with some white, it's going to get there. This side, I like this at a medium. This is like the color I was saying if we did in the street, but it's definitely too warm. It needs to be on the blue side more. It's just turning green. That's a lot of blue I just put in there. All right. Almost looks like that. I mean, it really didn't go anywhere. Basically, just now, the blue just cooled it off. I might be able to get it in here in a few spots. Not as much as I thought I would. It's a shame. These guys will do great. He's going to give me some red purples. Maybe too much. And this one should be on the blue side. And this should be all over the paint. Could be all over the painting. Yeah, you can see it in the roof here. You can see it on a lot of the shadows. Anything with that's really kind of like picking up a little bit of blue sky reflection. Definitely, this could be in the shadow area. Oh, that's good. I'm pretty happy with that. Um, I'm going to build these guys out to some of the highlight colors, and we'll see where we are from there. I think we got all the darks. I just don't have a lot of greens. So I'm going to take a few colors here, blues, and blues and greens here. purples. Add some yellow to them. Pretty much all these colors I could take and just bring them over here and do it. I think that's going to be enough for now. I don't think too much of these things are going to go very far. So cat yellow into them. And you start to get that way too green look. Let's see this one. Not yet. Getting there. Just a little bit too fluorescent. Much closer. And just a touch more yellow to that. Going through all my yellow. Get in here a few spots, that one. And I think if I add white to them and things like that, I might get some building colors. Might be able to get this building color out of it. That one's a pretty interesting yellow, but that's not it. Let me go back to this one. Yeah, it's a little warm. I'm going to add white to a couple of these just to whiten them out. Take a piece of it, add white to it. I'm thinking about it getting up here so you can see it on the edge and stuff. Definitely the blue sky could be cutting in there. Gonna cheat it and go pretty bright. Same thing here. I have a couple different colors for these outside things. Yeah, I'll do it. Same over here too. And then I'm going to whiten up the sky and I should be there. You know, a lot of that stuff back there grays out. So these grays here might work best. These kind of ones that have a little more red into them might work best for farther back things. So let me add some white to these blues. I was thinking mid-tone. That keep that dark there. Trying to get that, that fits really good there. Really goes down to close to a and a little bit of red to it. The very bottom, got some green too. I can get that stuff back there. All right. what I was thinking here, again, for this area here, this mixing it up, having a basic tone that I think can get in there, and there would be this kind of phthalo green and oxide red. Probably, like I was thinking, might go up a lighten up just a hair more than when I have it. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna bring a pile of it over here. And say that is the base tone for that whole area. What I want to do is going to paint it with that tone, but then I want to warm it up and cool it off. And so I'm going to add some sky too. I want to get it for this back area here. Probably have to lighten it a little bit. So I'm just going to add sky to it. That might have been a little bit too much, but I'm going to start with that. Over here, I'm just going to warm this up. I'm going to add just a little bit of red, oxide red to it, more oxide red. And I'm hoping that will bring me forward. Just a touch more oxide red. Or maybe just alizarin too. That might be better. Yeah, a little bit more, just kind of more alizarin, cool it a little bit and darken it. And that is gonna have to put a little more green back into it because I went a little bit off there. Just to graze it out. Getting there. Anyway, that's what I was thinking. Just a little dark. Enough white. Get this back into place. So these 4 to 3P colors here can work together. There we go. I can put that down there, that there, and I should be able to use the rest of these colors. All these colors here can work great. Got my bright greens. I don't really have any really dark greens, but I'm going to be using these guys instead. All right, I'll go over the colors. Pat's going to come out of one of these colors up here too. Highlights. Oh shoot, I didn't do the couple highlights. Sorry guys, 1 second. You're gonna have to take a few of these warmer purples and I got that one. And take these guys up too. Value probably 3. Gosh, this I'm looking for this highlight here, which is right there. That's it. Really, 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 really close. Had yellow in it, and I probably got it. Wow. I surprise myself sometimes. They can come in there. They definitely can get in there. That's cool. Now I was thinking the black back buildings back in here, definitely going to be cooler whites probably again. High key there. See, this is way too dark, but it's getting into some oil. That's getting into some other areas. Pretty nice. I was looking at these, trying to get these buildings back in there. I might even go higher key yet. So high key, but cool. And then these guys will pop out. That's that. It could be a little bit higher key. Add a little yellow to it. Get that spot back there, or get them building. Okay, get the zone. And get it. And that's oxide red here to this yellow white. Trying to get this building color. Which does. Okay, pretty close. All right. Now, sorry about that. It kind of moved around pretty quickly at the end there. A lot of times just doing a lot of intermixing here.
So Jim, what was that one? The last one you did, you said for the building color, it's that one right there. So that's
I
a
said,
bunch of stuff. right?
yeah, I started off with this is oxide, transparent oxide in blue.
Yep.
And it's oxide, and then came down and I put in some of this yellow green from the top of the plants or some of these plants here and mix that in here. And then I put a little oxide red. That's right. I put a little oxide red in and some yellow. So to get that base color, a little more oxide red, I think it could go. Yeah. So it's just a kind of little orange tan. So it could be easy as oxide red and just a little cad yellow together with white. And maybe gray it out a little bit with the purple or something. So color wise, I did phthalo green and alizarin together, and brought them down to about a 7 with white. I did phthalo green and oxide red together. All right, just gonna mix up some more of that. That was a little bit on the red. All right. And we took that and added white to it. This one, I brought it down here and split it up and added some colors to it because it was going to be this shadow, a lot of the shadows in here. So I cooled it off with some blue. It's blue sky here. And then I added some alizarin crimson and some to it. Cool it off and warm it up or darken it up for the front. And then I probably warmed it up. I should have warmed it up with a touch of cat orange to it. Yeah, kill a cat orange to a piece of it. You know, they'll blend it all together. They will work out great. Over here we did have this is the green side, alizarin oxide, oxide red light with phthalo green, with blue white to about 7. Here we went transparent oxide red up here, or burnt sienna, and blue. And we brought those guys down, and you can see that the blue didn't jump out here, so I added some more blue to it. And then this stayed on the oxide red side. So we got three there I can use. Definitely going to be good all-purpose colors for shadows and buildings. Here's blue and oxide red light. They make beautiful little, some beautiful grayed out purples and blue purples. So up here I went for the sky color, just a touch more white. We'll phthalo green for this up here, coming down with white in them. Over here, I took pretty much all these colors and put them here and put cad yellow in them. When I was looking for some brighter greens, I was trying to find this green here and this green here. And sometimes takes a little bit. I did find a couple of ones I really like, and I figured that they were gonna really pop, but sometimes you still got to put a little bit of white in them, make everything work. Team up one more without too much yellow. Reds and pinks, oh gosh. Just alizarins and cad reds together. I'll be doing mixtures of those. And then maybe some purple blues. Purples together, blue, purple, blues and alizarins and whites. Get some other ones. Sorry about that. I didn't mix those guys up. That's what I'll just be grabbing. A lot of those guys are going to go in at the end. All right. Any questions? I thought this was an easy one.
They're all easy. According to you.
Yep.
According to me, they're all easy as long as you follow the steps. You can do it pretty easily. It's not yeah. Yeah, you got to know how to draw. Yeah, you know how to have to mix the paint.
Yeah.
And then you got 10 minutes to paint. That's what this is, a painting class. That's what it's all about.
Right. Not a babysitting class, it's a painting class.
There you go. What happens? Anyway. So I really just like the way that blue is coming in here. Let's see. Overall, this painting is kind of a grayed out, not too warm. It's not too thing. So I'm going to go with a kind of a tannish color. Let me see. I got some oxide red light. I'm probably going to go with something like that. That's what this does. Kind of a grayed out. There you go. Done. Oh, it's perfect. Magnifique. I'm going to take it easy on the sky, of course. I think this color, if I squeeze it right, rub it in right, it's really going to help. Don't overlay it in like I did. Let me see if I can wipe that out. Okay. The nice thing about this is I didn't say it though, but was not many windows. Windows take forever. They are the toughest thing to do because of perspective, getting the windows right, making them right, need up a lot of time. Going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Ooh. Okay, next week will definitely be an easy one. I don't know, you can talk about the design too much about this because we've got talking about perspective. Let's get this orange out of here. There we go. Draw it in. I said about halfway was going to be your horizon line. That means the pots are going to be over here. We're going to have a thin alley. And it's going to come down prospectively. So that's there. So pots are right about here. So need it. Can't be up there too high. little off, little wonky. Right. That- That's a mess. But it's one of those ones that, you know, just big shapes. You get these big shapes in first. This thing will make sense pretty quickly. All right, I'm going to start off my phthalo green and alizarin. I just want to, you know, start getting some of these darks in. So phthalo green, alizarin. This is on the purple side for those alizarin side. Because I was thinking about over here. Start to get some of these, the toughest part, right? Getting these stairs in. But then, you know, after you get that area done, now you're just going to fill in underneath here in this green. You know, climbing thing here. I'm not exactly sure what the flower is. I'm going to keep with the purple side and just start to get the bottom of this area going up a little bit. Okay. Little areas crossed here. Squares, windows, doors. Let's get a few of these darks in. Probably don't need to do them too soon. All right, let's stop there. I'm gonna paint the cat in. No, I'm not gonna paint the cat in. Sorry. Bad joke. Just run my brush out here in this dark green climbing thing. That's just the purple side. Then I'm going to go to the green side and pretty much do the same places. No. I saw this as more green. So I'm loading it up with some green here. Thinking about even the green, the overhang of the flowers on this stoop. So I got a lot of phthalo green here going on this. Yeah, I'm bringing it up to the top edge here. Maybe even underneath this thing. I'm just going to go a little bit of into the where the flowers are on this up here. I'm going to put a little phthalo green alizarin underneath there, maybe even on the door. The door's a little greener. Okay. On the green side, definitely up here now. Because I'm trying to get on the outsides, insides a little more purple. On the outsides, I think it's going to get a little more, going to get richer. So that's why I'm putting the blue green on the outsides to where are other colors to grab. So there we are. We're about halfway done. Let's keep going. That joke gets old pretty quick. I'm even tired of it. I got to come up with some new material. All right. Dark wise. How are we doing? Almost there with the darks. Real darks. I mean, not sure what a few things are. Just the top part of this roof, probably. Hmm. Everything else, I'm not going to touch. I'm going to say it's mostly midtones. Um, yeah, that's what I'm going to say. So, okay, come to the next color: oxide red, phthalo green, oxide red light, phthalo green. Definitely, I see some light, and it's right here on the corner here of this area. This is the neat thing, just creating light. You got that dark going in here. I'm not going to disturb that, but this corner area that's catching light, I want to get it there's a block right here underneath. I want to lighten up a little bit and come bringing on up. Might add just a little red to my color.
So what color are you using now?
I have no idea. No, I have oxide red light and phthalo green. I put just a touch of cad red into it. into that color. And because I was thinking right up here, right underneath these, where the light is on these guys, where it's hitting, I was getting just a little bit of red recognition right in here. So that's what I was doing. So now, and I'll do it again. All right. Okay, looking at that color definitely can get into these this side over here of this building, into the top area, and in coming down in the shade area. There's some things into the windows. The windows are not like really dark. It looks like I have some stuff in the window, so they're not, usually they get a little darker in this. So I'm just going to soften the edge here too, where the greenery comes around the side here, and mix these two together a little bit. And then I'll lighten it all up. Okay. Pretty simple. Let's do the hard part. Let's get this. And I'm pretty much not going to be doing purples and some other stuff here. They're all just like little dots that got to go in all the darks. So this is like all mid-tone. So I'm going to just jump ahead here, and we're going to use, since we're in this oxide red in white stage anyway, oxide red and green sage. So we're just going to jump down and go to it with a little bit of white in it. I said 7. Let me see how good that I was. That's saying 7 for this area here. Not too bad. So I'm going to start this color pretty wide. Let some of this red and orange here and stuff come through. I'm just going to, kind of blend it up a little bit. Let it be. I want strokes. I want mess. And I'll run it in pretty light like this. And right where I put that warm spot in the stairs, that's where this light, you know, hits that spot and comes on down. And it looks like a little wider than it should be, but that's okay. I'm also going to use it over here on this side too. Let's bring it in. Seems a little light for over here, but let's use it here. Let's. Yeah, I got that big area in there. Definitely, this is where I'm going to put this. Let's see what this does. This is I put some blue into it, sky blue into that color. Here in the tip of that color up here, that little point up going farthest away. Definitely put a little bit of light blue in that corner. I'm just gonna make some kind of haphazard things here. You guys back here probably be even lighter than that. I even put in some the shadows I saw on the back edge of those buildings. I kind of threw that in. Everything is going to go in pretty quickly. It's just going to take a few seconds to get this together. Okay, now I got the alizarin side with white. Let's see. You see the purple in it. Just a little light. Just you probably need some more blue into it. Maybe I'm going to go up here and grab some oxide red, light and blue. Yeah, that's closer to what I need. Straight oxide red and blue. Now, alizarin just went a little light. Yeah, and a couple of these squares with that blue into it really brings out the green in some of these things, just that coolness. So I'm going to use oxide red and blue with mixes. I didn't have to do all that work, but that was kind of fun. Pick one of those colors. I know it's going to work. Okay. I'm going to come back. This is oxide red and green, phthalo green with white. Just a little bit. I'm going to drop it down. What I want to do is I'm just going to over this very dark area here on the sidewall. I just want to run my brush right over that dark green, but lay it flat while I take it and just let it kind of skip. Well, it was supposed to break up a little bit. Now I have to fake it. Okay, so I just want to get light in this area, but it'll still have the dark showing through. Get some of the green to come through there. Probably same sort of thing right up against the wall here. Same color can do it. Definitely down in here. Definitely it's really close to what we need. So it's like definitely should probably be using a bristle brush for this section, but I'm just a little lazy. I'd rather touch it 5 times instead of doing it in one stroke. So anyway, I want to get this building here in. And he's going to need some grays, warmer grays. So I'm going to start working on this side of the building, that build side of the street. The first color I'm going to put in is blue and transparent oxide with white. This is to about a 7. Definitely, I think it can go all the way down here to the bottom and touch the street and work its way up about 3/4 of the way that building's wall. And then it'll lighten up a little bit. I might even go to switch over and go to the brown side, the oxide red side of it, which is just not really doing much. We'll fix that. Paying attention to what's happening. I'm going to go back to this brown side here. I put here, put it on this, rub a little bit of it on this building here where I put the greens in. I want to get a lot of stuff. I figure if I don't hit everything, this tan that's already underneath here, this is pretty good. So I can create a rock air look without doing too much more. It's one of those things is sometimes you just got to do a lot less. I might bring it back into here too a little bit. It looked like one, yeah, same color, just needs to go a little lighter. Mm. Some of these buildings back here are pretty cool. They'll have a little purple in them. But most, they're just like simple squares. Color wise, really close together. So I'm going to add white to these guys. And this. I put in oxide red, phthalo green. I should have been putting in here on the red side. Didn't do much there, and it's fine. Wow. Didn't get these buildings back here. A lot of these colors are going to be really feel a little redundant. Oxide red and blue. This is on the red side. Definitely right above this roof. Line of a roof right here coming out. See it telling us building up a little bit. Running it up. And it lightens up pretty good, but that roof here, this is that red roof right there. I'm going to start off with oxide red and phthalo green for the basic color tone because it's kind of dark. And then I can I'm gonna shift it over probably with some other colors. Shift it with some reds, probably just some cad red, maybe into it. We'll do it. And then shape pretty dark. Edge. Okay. Yeah, everything's tilting in a little bit. That's, you know, and sometimes you're going to get in front of it and just straighten everything out. Okay. All right. Gonna switch to a little bit smaller brush and start to get in the rest of this building here on this side. Uh, that shadowing, definitely. I'm gonna put it in with a little mix though. I'm gonna oxide red, transparent oxide red, and blue. You know, just to add a little bit of What is that? Looks like red light. So, sure, I just want to gray it out. So when I put it in, should have left it alone. And that's just oxide red, transparent oxide red and blue here on the oxide red side. Okay, just a touch of white to it, and it would have been perfect. Yeah, coming back in. This one up here, same thing. Well, we're gonna keep going here. Basically, I'm down to some lighter colors. I'm gonna start working on filling in this area here. Uh, definitely, there's some darks in there, but I don't want to dig into them too deep. Basically, I need to just go to a few of these high key colors here. This is oxide. Uh, yeah, it's oxide red, transparent oxide red, and blue, but mostly in the oxide red side. And just because it has a nice little tan color, it probably could just a touch richer. I'm just gonna bring it down here. Stroke it all the way down. This thing. And then this building gets a little bit cooler. I'm just working it back into the colors I put in there, just cooling them, just brightening them up a little bit. Working the midtones that way. That's a little wider. All right. Right, lighter tones. We got this one in, that's pretty good. Bring some light up here into this guy a little bit. This is oxide red, light, and blue and white. Lots of white, pretty high key. Uh, I was seeing it down in here. That's a roof back there. It's right here is a roof. Oh, not quite that dark, but it's a roof. Mhm. Sorry, I'm not saying much. It's one of those things where just a lot of the stuff's just some smearing and get the colors of the right textures. There's a little building right back on the other side here. I'm just kind of didn't put in, and I gotta just touch it in. I don't have to put it in either, but really a lot of this stuff now. Just gonna be touching it in place. Just keep lightening it up, darkening it till it falls in the right spot, and trying not to get it too dirty. I mean, to keep the colors clean. Then there'll be a little bit of this just coming back around and checking values, checking warmth, temperatures. All right, we're gonna start putting in some of these lights here. Let's see how bright I am. Let's see, this is supposed to be transparent oxide in blue. Pretty close, just a little. Uh, not enough red in it. Much more red and white. Much more red yet. Yeah, transparent oxide with white, really close to what you want. You can get it really kind of clean there, you'd be good. Now I'm just going to gray it out as it comes off. Here. Grades off to a little bit, especially when you get to the edge of the painting here. See if you can, match up a few stone patterns. Just brush a few brush strokes. That's all you need to do is hit a few of these patterns and you got them all. They look like really big ones, split in half ones. Just a little cool. We go with this white again. This is oxide. Red light, white. Looks like it used just a touch of yellow in it. Just a touch of yellow in it. Maybe use this building here. Yeah. Use this building yellow white for it, and you got it. You're done there. Street's almost done. I'm going to bring it back into this area too, because that feels good. Right in here. There's like a little, for some reason, got a touch of white there. Put in a few steps. Got to put them in one at a time. Clean your brush. Grab paint. You know, okay. Yeah, it's too late. Not yellow enough for this building. See, needs a little bit of red to it, and that'll be it. A little orangier. And this backside than it was coming across. Right. Now it's starting to build. Now it's starting to be get somewhere. And that's need to be lighter too yet. Close. Just a touch too much white. A little more ochre. This is just ochre and white I'm using now. Uh, just for a few of these. These rocks in the ground, bricks and stuff. I'm going to throw in the sky real quick and see where we are. Turn off my blues. That's where I didn't want to hit. This is mostly blue and white. All right, 3/4 of the painting's in. Um, a lot of this stuff is just like painting those flowers we painted last week. We got just a lot of bricks that you don't want to paint, but gotta put some in, and get the idea across. Gonna switch to a bristle brush, a big bristle brush. Start to put in this yellow green. Go with the brightest one underneath here. Loosey goosey. Try not to get rid of all that dark. Touch it, but don't get rid of it. And then I'm going to get a little bit brighter as we come on out a little bit. Start to reach across. That's when we've got some of the ones we have a little bit of white added to the green. Really high key ones. Now that it's getting mixed up, I can bring it on up. Taking it around the corner here. Not bad. I knew that one, this was going really pretty quick. It's one of those things you don't want to paint uh, every leaf if you can. We're far enough away. Definitely you're gonna have to come. You might come back in and hit a couple little spots, but too many. I wouldn't do too many. A few of these other greens that are starting to pop in here. Gonna keep a couple of them kind of really rich right in here. Trying to bring the focus back, so keep these really rich areas. So the color's not too watered down right there. Hey, a couple reds, and mixed with some of these greens, we should be good. I'm gonna go with some lighter pinks, pinker ones. Just mix in some whitish, some of my purples and stuff. You know, well, it's not right there. I love putting them in with a knife because they just stick so much better. Okay. I guess we got 15 minutes. Should be almost finished. I'm going to come back now and put in some railings and things like that, some darker things. And got to put in the cat. Okay. Good. I shouldn't ruin that color. Oh well. I was going to take this and pull it straight down and just create this railing here. Okay, we got time for a cat. The whole purpose of this was to put the cat in, right? I mean, I didn't put it in. Okay. Put it in. I'm definitely gonna scrape out paint. I know you want them right. Oh, that up a little bit high, going a little bit less. Angle you that way and one more that way. That tells me right where the cat's head is. Neck. Pretty straight lines for the legs, which can, hopefully the brush will bring a little bit of it to life. Now it'll look like a raccoon. I just pulled the paint off. That's all I did. I'm gonna put it back in. Nice, simple bristle brush or synthetic here. About the right size. See a lot of red in that, so in this cat. So gonna start off with the body. I'm gonna be switching colors too. I'm gonna go with a lot warmer on the back end of the cat here. I'm gonna go with some more oxide red and phthalo green, home value, the tail and the back haunch. Tad alizarin and green. Nothing more than a triangle with the brush. Okay. Yeah, I know this is an animal one that probably doesn't count as an animal one, right? We will be painting some animals in class, so just gotta get to them. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna get my brush in oil, grab them. This is oxide red and blue. It's on the blue side though. No, just a little red around it. cat red, not that red. Cat red, a little warmer. Right at its feet, right where its feet, ankles. Just a little tad red right there. And it's dark. I'll give a bring the cat to life a little bit. Okay. That's a little bit too much for the cat, but there's a few markings here in the wall ground. Yeah, there's still some, subtleties to go back in here and do. Lighten up a few more places. Sometimes it's just using almost pure white into it, knowing that it's never going to be really pure white. Always colors, so much color going on in here. All right. That mess I just made. And of course, we'll be, adding some spots, some dots and stuff like that to it. I definitely would be doing that. Kind of need to get in front of it for a lot of more details. Okay. See what you guys did. That should be pink. Not too much. So there's your little cat down there. Not not a whole lot there. A couple of strokes. Trying to get him done as simply as possible. Trying to keep him so he looks like everything else. He's not like standing out too much. And definitely just a few teeny details back here. There are some like red flags and stuff up there. It would be nice to kind of just drop in and single stroke them in. And then look at the darks up here one more time, see if I can shove them down. Definitely in this area here, definitely a little bit more work. That's just that beautiful gray tone. Just play with it a little bit longer. And that's, I think it won't take too much more than that. I say that, I could another 5 hours, you never know. So Linda's here, Eva's here, and Lisa are here. Summer is just, it's always tough to get people to come here to class. So Linda's here. Let's see what Linda's showing.
Let me see, is my camera on? I don't know if it is.
Yeah. Oh, that's Eva.
Yeah.
One sec. Eva, what are you doing? Hold on.
There I am. Okay, there I am. So
Yeah.
I got tied up. I got lost way long ago. So I am so far behind, but
Oh,
so I'm not unhappy with the drawing, but I have to go back and remix some colors.
not too bad. You're not bad. You're not bad. Yeah, you get one just a slightly bit warm on the ground in the
Yeah.
shadows. So cool
Yep,
that
yep.
off. Definitely just oxide red and blue. We'll
Okay.
do that. Oxide red and blue mixes into that. Drawing's very strong though. I love the way you even handled the doorway up there with one big stroke. Simple, so simple, very clean. That's the way to go. That's what you want to be able to do. Love the way you're putting in the green, the greenery too, on the building. Real nice. Your stairs look like they're going to hold somebody. Nice job on that.
I don't think my stairs are to code at all.
Yeah, they aren't. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I think, yeah, you're on your way with this one. I think you'll be fine.
I need to rewind, maybe mix a few colors and then keep at it, but I'll let you know when I'm at a point, or I'll post when I'm at where.
It looks good. Looks pretty nice. I like it.
Thank you.
Okay, let's go to Eva and see what she's doing again. Nice work on Jill last week, Eva. That was really quite nice.
Thank you.
Super. You made it look like her. Congrats. Oh, you really went nice on that. You went really strongly in the darks and stuff. And now you're going to pull out the building a little bit lighter, get some color in there. That's good. Look at that cat. Oh, that is a feral cat. You can tell that cat's just looking for something, right? Nice job on the cat. That's a really nice little slope. Nice and simple. Buildings and stuff, design-wise, yeah. You have no problems on this one. Again,
How about that road? Isn't it too dark?
the building,
No, the road.
the road.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I figured you weren't done with that. I figured you're gonna lighten that up a little bit. You normally would. Yeah, it's just a slightly bit. Mostly in probably even in the back, lighten it up where you have the blue, lighten that back up. Probably just put some sky into it. The blue sky should lighten it up enough. And then look for a little bit in the very back in those buildings, just a little cooler. Give them a little distance, a little light, cooler blues and purples in there back there. Just a couple of them. You don't have to just hint that there's something back there worth traveling back there. All right. And get those greens in that green. When that green goes in that, I think your building won't look so dark. I think that.
Yeah.
I know.
I just wanted to block it right now, and that's it.
Yeah, I figured. You look like you're out there in paradise out there. And where's that, Clinton? Or where?
Yeah. On weekend I go there.
Boy, that looks. You got some nice nice stuff going. They got good veggies and stuff. Good job. I don't know how they stay alive with this heat and stuff, but that's cool.
That's why I don't have time to paint.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I can see you're having fun. That's good. All right, Lisa, Lisa's, she doesn't turn on any of her stuff. So I'm going to cut back here until she turns something.
Coming.
She's slow. What have you been doing?
Hold on.
Everybody else is done.
All right, how do I flip this thing around now?
There you go. Look at that. There you go.
Hold on. I did a different version.
That's okay. You got more wall and closer in, and you're going to work on. You probably have a nicer one.
I did it the way I took the picture when Char was painting. So
Yeah. Well, yeah. I didn't want to, take from Lisa twice, so that's why we decided I had to go find somebody else's photo to go with.
don't worry.
Wow, that looks really good. Looks like you're really getting into some of the stonework and things. Brickwork there, and the things. The value colors probably should be pretty close to what I was giving out.
Yeah, I was trying to use your colors.
Yeah, you're a smart girl. You would be trying to use my colors. So that door's red.
No,
Isn't
it's
it?
going to be brown.
Is it brown?
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't. See, I never blow it up to see exactly what details things are. I just try to get shape placements and then detail it. Look at for the details later. Yeah, that's look like it's going to be fun. I think you're going to have a lot of fun putting in those flowers.
Yeah.
They're going to be cascading and stuff. That should be pretty nice. So, congrats. Good
Thanks.
start. Good start. Okay. I mean, really, there was only us three tonight. We tried to get people to come. What can you do? What I'll do tomorrow is I'll finish this guy up, post it for you, and let's see if you can. Hey, do what you want with it. If you want to paint like it, or you want to do something else, that's fine. Next week we will be doing an animal. I'm not sure what kind yet. Any questions? Any ideas? Anybody want to do?
Not a horse. Damn it. Sorry. Go ahead.
Donkeys don't count.
You could do a horse. Go ahead.
No, I'll do a donkey. No horses. Okay. Why don't you want to do horses? You're the best.
I can do a horse. It'd be fine.
No,
Whatever you want. Don't ask
we're doing
us.
an alligator. We'll do an alligator.
That would be fun.
How about the turtle?
A
what?
turtle is nice.
Turtle. We did turtles on a lot of logs and stuff with a lot of turtles on them. Stuff. So yeah, I'll look around. Maybe we'll go reptilian. Who knows? I just don't know if I. Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks for coming, guys. Been a pleasure.
Thank you, James.
Thank you, as usual. Great.
All right, guys.
Night,
talk to you-
everybody.
Night.
Good night.